Welcome to Review Gaming, where we give you our honest opinions on the latest and greatest video games out there. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with our future videos. Now enough with the introductions, sit back, relax, and let us review. Ghostwire Tokyo is a timed exclusive game for Microsoft Windows and PlayStation 5 platforms, developed by Tango Gameworks and published by Bethesda. The game takes place in an ultra-modern and stunning recreation of Tokyo City. You play as Akito Izuki, a 20-something-year-old who was on the brink of death just moments before the city becomes completely consumed by a mysterious fog that wipes out the population, leaving only traces of what used to be behind. At the very beginning of the game, you see yourself become possessed by the game's other main character, KK. No sooner you awake, you are thrown straight into battle with little to no knowledge of what is happening. But quickly, and after a short discussion with your new acquaintance, you quickly learn to harness the power of elemental magic, using this to defeat the enemies known as yokai, or the visitors, who have come to claim the lost souls of those who have vanished.
Focus energy in your fingertips, then let it out at first. Good. Now just keep it up.
And so it becomes your job to stop these visitors and help rescue the lost souls with the aid of KK. After waking up from what looks like a traffic collision of some sort and finding out that you are now possessed by a strange detective who needs your body to complete a task, you speak with KK and explain that you need to go and rescue your sister from the hospital and that you will only help KK if he agrees to help you. Once agreed, you set out to go find your sister, who is located in the hospital not too far from where you awoke. This becomes the first destination to reach. You make your way through the eerie streets, past bright lit up shops that seem open yet everybody has disappeared. You arrive at the hospital and make your way through, searching each floor, taking out visitors as you go. Finally, you reach your goal, and it's here you're introduced to the game's mysterious main villain, Hanya. Confused as to who he is and why he's here, you quickly find out he's here to take your sister. And not only this, you find out that Hanya is also the person that has killed KK. So now stuck with each other, Akito and KK agree to work together, not only to rescue Akito's sister, but to stop Hanya once and for all. Just a quick reminder to say that if you're enjoying the video so far, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all our future content. Thank you so much, and let's get back to the video. Ghostwire Tokyo takes a new twist on your usual FPS, and in place of your usual gun as a weapon, Akito harnesses the power given to him from KK, granting the use of elemental magic, cast from the player's hands. But don't worry though, as it still feels and plays extremely well. Exploring the desolate yet lively city of Tokyo is stunning, and saving your sister whilst helping KK isn't going to be easy. To progress through the streets of Tokyo, you will need to clear the fog that shrouds the city by cleansing torii gates located throughout. You will also need to find and save as many lost souls as possible. Sounds simple, right? Well, not so, as standing in your way are the visitors, sent here to try and stop you from completing your goals, and for themselves to take the lost souls back to their world. As you cleanse torii gates, you are granted access to previously unavailable areas where you can fully explore to find more lost souls or complete newly revealed side missions available in that area. During the early game, you will have access to a couple of different elements, one which acts like your standard weapon, where it fires projectiles similar to bullets towards your enemies. The next element is fire, which is stronger but has less ammo. It comes into its own though when in a crowded situation, as it fires a large blast of flames that hit enemies hard. You can also charge up this attack to create a huge fireball that explodes upon contact, damaging multiple enemies at once. Alongside your elemental skills, you are given access to a spirit bow early on, which is a mystical weapon that KK used when he used to battle yokai before he was murdered by Hanya. Taking out the visitors is extremely fun and intuitive. As the enemies take damage, they begin to reveal their inner core, which is like their heart, and once it's exposed, Akito can use his ethereal string ability to rip out the core and destroy the enemy once and for all. This becomes even more fun once you gain access to the upgrades that greatly help you during your playthrough and combat. But we will leave a lot of this for you to explore for yourself. And this is only the beginning of what Ghostwire Tokyo has to offer. There are secrets to be found, cats and dogs to meet and pet, and yes, I know you didn't ask, but yes, you can speak to the animals. And as crazy as that sounds, this can be very helpful talking to these furry friends, as they can dig up treasures and lead you to secrets, all of which is greatly appreciated. Akito has many abilities he can learn to help level the battlefield, and this is done by locating phone booths throughout the city, where you can exchange all the lost souls that you find to grant yourself extra abilities and additional bonuses. I went into Ghostwire Tokyo completely open-minded, although knowing the game was produced by the legendary Shinji Mikami, who is greatly known for his work on Resident Evil and the Evil Within games. I wanted to experience this game without drawing any comparisons to his previous works and play the game for what it is, and that is a first-person action-adventure game where you explore Tokyo that has been twisted with a supernatural presence. And to my surprise, after a couple of hours I was really invested in the story. Running through the ghostly streets of Tokyo is so much fun, taking on the visitors and watching the scenery change whilst you play as the lights change from white through to yellow and finally red as you enter battle, meeting the quirky side mission characters and helping them out as you go, to gliding across the rooftops trying to find all of the lost souls and exploring new ways to take down the enemies. Let's not forget to mention the slight moments of creepy horror thrown in for good measure. Ghostwire Tokyo kept me wanting to play more and uncover as much as the game has to offer. If I had to rate my experience with Ghostwire Tokyo, I will give this game a solid 8 out of 10. The gameplay is fun and intuitive, especially on PlayStation 5, having full support of the DualSense controller. I will say that this game may not be for everyone, but if you enjoy exploring and running around an open world doing lots of side missions and finding secrets, then this is one you should definitely check out. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've made it this far, know that we love you here at Review Gaming. Until next time.